Now to other stories we are following for you tonight. Let's get you up to speed. Visiting Atlanta, President Trump is going to make a stop in ATL next week. The president will visit the UPS Hateville Airport hub. The White House says he plans to announce a new infrastructure policy when in town. On the road, Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden talked infrastructure while stumping in Pennsylvania today. He rolled out his plan while touring a metal facility.
My first term alone, we'll invest $400 billion in purchasing products and materials our country needs to modernize our infrastructure, replenish our critical stockpiles, and enhance national security.
The former vice president also stopped by his childhood home in Scranton. Vinings shooting. 2 people, including a suspect, were shot in a possible robbery in Cobb County. Police responded to Suffolk's Green Lane and Pace's Walk this afternoon in Vinings. The intended robbery victim survived the shooting. Cobb police are now working to track down multiple suspects. Recovery mission authorities in Southern California believe actress Naya Rivera drowned while swimming in a lake. Crews are now searching for the Glee star's body. Rivera was out on a boat with her 4-year-old son yesterday.